Yeah, Baba. Yeah, Baba. It's neat.
Hello, to my family, your time. Me, I'm a fan. Wa tu gambani tete TV. Oira don ake ofebe ni o kwemi o fine. Ngbeji ni tete obobi ashon. Call subscribe go fine. Bombo den do subscribe. Kek bi kenkle no call me ne bole. Bi wa you organ wo ke fi o ni fe mo. Wo ke waga dangbe. Ona be ni nchoke Ghana mamun fe. Wo you organ dangbe sane ni. Wo you Ghana mamun fe sane. Bona be ni ncho. So oira don wa ake ofebe ni o kwemi o fine wa keji o ye jomoko no smo no chwe ni fe mo ne ye. Obanyo ke comment section e na ke jomo chomo wo nkan yo no fe no ni ake wo jeme agbene WhatsApp number for the channel e online obanyo shimi voice note imbo fe to e ona benincho cause mo no send me email no we channel man ye in thing no ko send me when my respond ko ye no ko no town no ke mi agba obanyo o ke mi agba ye ne ke means na me cause mo no ke wo comment section o ira don wa ake ofe be ni ko mi ole me ne nso ma fito be kula video ba fe really short in headline any excuse me ni just a reaffirm no need for the past couple of months we've been saying on this channel bona beninchon ole Ghana be what from oshiki fon wai what from oshiki fon wani sunny come rain or shine this money when you watch checking bona beninchon because keji wa chake me then I don't know what man leben wo man abafi ile beni wo ma ba fe onum jishi ile beni wo ma ba fe come headline come over 200 containers full of antiretroviral drugs stuck at the port. I mean how onum jishi kane ka eja me je noko e makani article e mabo je noko e because ni uni me ekeke wo. But most of these drugs say donor partners born benincho ama make cure we name ke mosquito nest dine no na ameke cure free lewe anye any tax exemption ni aklele ye porte ona benincho koni Ghana be ni ba need ne ke ni biye ni ake ha me e kaye porte because anakoshika na aba pay taxes allow due disaster and I pay and get containers no one e kaje me for months now e kaje me ni wanye me ni taflache e kola amena HIV bona benincho cho fine ni ameba need ni ameba ko ni wa amewala fio e mamo porte because taxes allow due disaster and I pay ko ye no. I mean, what sort of country are we living in? Ona benincho, mini manjino ni wafio, min kebu ake nibi na ake kiyowo no akeji chimo ake kiyowo. I don't know aboni Ministry of Health. I may pay 200 containers name. Most of the time, ne keni be boli US nine. United Nations AIDS Foundation, HIV AIDS Foundation, sometimes American AIDS HIV foundations, UK, European Union, bona benicho naken foundation say ama make cure one kecho fanjine. I make a bar free most of the time. I make a cure free. Mosquito nets. Ona benicho ni wa rural areas ne ba ya jeme bonafe ni malaria amekanya me na malaria fake kapote 200 containers. I mean how? No mokomoko kwa onukpa ni Ghana mokomoko kwa bedwemokla ne ba ke dabi ni ne maba she ke foreigners ni ameba na me ambagbele factories can be komele waba me tax exemptions waba go Ghana shikani wakba ha me waba lo shikani wakba ha me meanwhile come na me profit say am a repatriator okay am mami back onum shishi ni nagbeke ne that be how 200 containers full of antiretroviral drugs ke mosquito nets e capote. I mean minimum kla wanyene onukpa enu wo fun shiki han me amedwen kla non kayo ake a couple of years ago Samuel Osekufuo footballer a partners come Europe ni ameke amebale hospital beds bona hospital beds ke gurneys ke mitcho medical equipment what for le na kan ni wona kan ni bia na achon le ni bia aboni akan hale Ministry of Finance only money ka yue gam achon le taxes abone ba pay no kon le nche te a solicit ne kan ba mami for free le tax exemption, le tax break. Olene can be in Nigeria because again Nigeria nyanyo many or the try no na government tell you na any be free. She ya Ghana le money ete can be mba achole taxes can do this now and pay no go neighbor ne ke ba ke Ghana free je neighbor hon je ne te alone be me commande neighbor hon she akeni ekele no le we ba ne ke ba ke man free Anya tax breaks alone be a fake at Nigeria. Minimum me wayo. Minimum me wayo. Onupa ni wo fun shikin ame taflache ame jonkla. Ona e ka mane club la nu fi o ko ba tabi e ko na bu npa mi. Ke fe na ke gban na. She eneme paton twi. Ken na ne kini bi ko metum e paton be ke ne mbe video ni ma fe. Me scroll online in Naneke story ne ekpaton tree. I mean how 200 containers je te come o hayenyo containers come o hayenyo antiretroviral drugs ke mosquito nets can be asiya majeme because anya ha me na can tax exemption na me clear ni bia na ka ba mami how meanwhile when a so-called prime minister ni jushika ne ka shika ya UK jushika ka shika ya UK ma twana kan video ma bo nke ba kan me video in small nature ama kan article ma bo real quick from Star FM come on shortage of antiretroviral drugs looms over 200 containers stuck at port how excuse me how come on again, National President of the Ghana Network of Persons Living with HIV, LCIA, has disclosed that there is a shortage of antiretroviral drugs in the country at the moment. So actually, there is a shortage. So antiretroviral drugs already there is a shortage in the country. Yet 200 containers near the catch of a capote. Dabi wanu pa e ka me kanshi ame ka me sune jon inu shishi. According to LCIA, the looming scarcity of antiretroviral drugs is due to the fact that over 200 containers worth 8.9 million over 200 containers with 8.9 million bed nets and other consumables are still stuck at the port, which risk expiration. So eba majama ungwe expire 8.9 million beds. Malaria enye neke no kone neke beds neke di anya aja eba stop bed nets 8.9 million bed nets. Maba come on, if this continues it could lead to an increase in the prevalence rate of HIV in Ghana, increase in morbidity and mortality for persons living with HIV, and increase the overall cost of HIV management in Ghana, she said. Speaking during the debriefing and dissemination of the HIV self-test report by the Global Fund, the General Secretary of the Country Coordination Mechanism of the Global Fund, Samuel Hackman, called on the Finance Ministry to immediately grant tax waivers for the immediate clearance of antiretroviral drugs and other medical equipment and consumables at the port. Dabi, how? Ene pu asani mo kwa koli. Ene ne asani mo kwa koli. Dabi onukpa ni organ ama mebedwo mokla. Amebedwo mokla. Aka neke no kweke ba no pasa na free clear lo ya no neje po na akekwe me. Ni na akeke wo mi nke gba ka ene ma akeke wo na ke no komo. Eneje Global no Fund. Oh, amakwa ke mana lojo gba lo. Onum sisi. Dabi, it make sense. It make sense. Onum sisi. How? I mean how? Ona benijo. How? Mino asani neke no kwaba. Mino asani neke no kwaba. Ona ni na akeke wo. ni akaba kwa Ghana bi ni taflache amena HIV ona be ni nchon mosquito net na enwu fitai ni akaba hame aye ni akaba ya ni abakwa na abaja ni menwa ana ni catch all the thing save me from malaria nwe ni eka minimum warano. Meanwhile there is actually a shortage. There is actually a shortage of the drugs in the country. Over 200 containers. Emamo porte na sana clear because akpa fight. Dabi ene no kona sana akpa fight na wave taxes can do this na clear neighbor mani. No kona sana akpa fight. No kona sana akpa fight na clear. Dabi inu shishi it make sense. This does not make sense at all. What sort of a country are we running? What sort of a country are we running? Yet, why you may not about Jushka? Why you may not about Jushka? I'm about Jushka. I'm about Jushka. I'm about I will play na tobacco na Jew. Maba. So Ghana be look. I'm saying this like to my Benida and you uncle I can be an NDC channel. But the only viable alternative you have is to vote for John Mahama. That is it. That is the fact. Call vote on Lancheremantin or fito vote. Or vote on Suffolk Chiribusum or fito vote. Or vote on Mami Ekwadonko or fito vote. The only viable alternative you have is to vote for John Dramani Mahama. That's the bottom line. Period. That is the only viable alternative you have. Like I said, yet Moko and Nyenke 13 million pounds. It's actually 15 million pounds. Story LA develop. So ne develop ne number say trust me. Eba check if you until now after investigations so balo wolodi enche baje serious fraud officer UK ke come na bana obana ke me figure say eba very few so call na ke figure say nchaki keke mo fe money a report on this particular story because back than they develop bona no story ne call na ye conclude ana ke kole mo go ma figure conclude mi o na ke. Please, like I said, it is developing. Bona beninchon. Ni na atala ni bi anu ewo ni bi na saneje kweje kojoba. See, regardless of whether it is 13 million, it is 10 million, it is 50 million pounds. Te fio te moko na kenshika. That is the question. Te fio te moko na kenshika kashe. Shika kashe ne ka complain. National security bi amini jame nu chomo. Mmeke na kenshika je. Iyoko bi amenu neke sanene. Iyoko amenu chumo jiake amema investigate financial crimes. Amenu neke sanene. And I start investigations. Special prosecutor no kone egba online for the past 3 or 4 days. Spread all across Ghana online. Special prosecutor Mr. Lawyer Kisi Ajaben sanene onwe. On market UK serious fraud office be obia market onu neke no ko namoji money me Ghana nyoji money ke na kenshikaba na kwele. Iyoko be like I said a player online for the past couple of days. Iyoko be nyonye nuwe. Police CID nyonye nuwe. Abalo Ghana be ashika abaju enenke ju shikani ke shika papa ni bank transfer from one bank to the other. Period. Na Tracy. Konye cash a Tracy. Konye cash a Tracy. Ona benicho ni ake chofre na ake wo na ake ba Ghana na ake ba wa Ghana biye e majame because taxes can do this now sana pay a pay ko e we majame she yet moko ba nye wo cash 50 million pounds. 50 million pounds. Mini e chuo. Mini nuchu mechuo ne nyo cash 50 million cash in ko boy 50 million pounds. Nuchu me ni your Ghana fe bi anemo fe mo fe interbank transfers. Nuchu mo ko kra be Ghana ni obana ni moko enye cash ne dabi ke abo check about transfer ko account number ba na about transfer no me na ne ke cash ke 50 million like I said nyenke ba ke 13 me ne video ni ma chama bo ke 15 like I said story pa go na develop so number say ba check mo fe mo no ba na you na ke kele bon mi shishi it make sense bona benicho maba Maba wayema ni wafon shiki ame na menjuwo ni nibi na sana amefe na menjugana amenchagana ojo amenfogana chobo ko yuambaka amenime wo ame school gbe watembe kume woni me wole meji ame shamo ame fe shu aka me bi fe te school ame fe shu aka ame bi fe te school bonim shishi ame fe shu aka me bi fe te school ko yu na ke ba ke boy ekele ni efopi ni fe shu aka be ni Ghana bi ni me kuma na me wo ame bi school gbe ame ni fe shu aka me fe ame te school no ama me weku emi alewo lo mi eje me fe weku ni yo Ghana fe no ama sana me ye wono o fa ne komo kweku na video
or the $1.5 million Odira London or succeed here on Yanitimu Didi. Secondly, and a war sign I left 15 million pounds sterling. Odidru ho and the bam you so provide, you know, further and better particulars and win to me. Now he's making all effort to get in touch. We're getting with some top custom IRS officials be so money papers man, but when we say baby adne ko dro no wo muntimi nya papers bia emfa ho ene adena akonkon ho make us say wo munhu baby o mo de CSK o mo de efa. Now tonight what I'm adding to this, national security nyame na mu hia information for me, please. National Security Ministry, please, respectfully, nyame and I say me provide information, ma'am. No.
National Security, they are compromised.
I'm in my line
it's a
of
very
duty.
Compromised organization. Not too much about that.
The nations
Ghana airport. No, National Security, they are not compromised. Take your time, Ghana airport
to do investigations. It's my own investigation. Move from me out. Take it from me, me mamu ute. I swear God. Move from me a kandaba. Me say. Me mamu hute, my friend Tumutrim. I can come and see the whole mopa. You can even succeed. So I'll go, but I'll tell the Ghanaian the truth. Expose your nefarious activities. Tonight on that story, I'm giving the part 2 and the ADBSA questions. We are demanding to know the following. Is Ghana's Foreign Affairs Ministry aware of this syndicate here now? It is her questions. Foreign Affairs Ministry, more aware of our story here, a developing story here. Are you aware of this? Number 2, is the National Security Ministry Nankasanso aware of this syndicate? And I'm Munim dia, then courtesy my show, the front line, my mom will heads up, go and do investigations.
Okay, me walk video. Video onum sisi te fi otene na kanshika kashika papa niye about transfer from one bank to the other. That's what's going to happen. Kashika papa niye about transfer anye cash is non-traceable. On your trace cash you cannot trace it. Onum sisi on your trace cash onum sisi bio yake mankon chatakpa bio yake mankon klomenye ni enye kete onum sisi ni jama amebi lesani mankon klomenye ni ame serious fraud office bona aloti achole te ni emi wa to mo UK no bo like UK le ame akehwe bona beninchon mankon klomenye ni ame beno kotomo na kan bona ona beninchon ni because enye diplomatic passport wo anmele bene kechomi bio insani ene JFS radio ne JFS radio ne. I am telling you I am sure ekete majin kome shika ajuju ipi na mekete majin kome ni etumo UK ni ame security ame tema tenta wa mayele poten boli gan blofo entwa yen to mi gan ke ba jepe ke twa on to a system ni a fighter I'm a system ni a fighter against fraud on abenincho financial crime say emiwa to mo UK no majin konklome to mo enye na kana shika ete jame majin konklome to mo enye na kana shika ete jame onum sisi UK no na amole because serious fraud office say UK emiwa they don't play kashikaba ni wolo papa be abasana si majin konko menye ona benicho ni am a best serious fraud office bona benicho to mo UK bona benicho am a be konakan bona benicho na me fi am biole na anya akete Panama akete Cayman Islands bona benicho akete kan Dutch Island say na kan Germany amame loopholes when it comes to money laundering it's a lot of loopholes allo kete game ono no ni chonshi so what for shike ame nya me ba twagan ojo na me ya no na me juolo na me fite no fe no President Mahama can NDC be a come here and they sign if your lip service and they may fear and may investigate. People must go to jail for stealing from the country. Keji and then they get 15 million pounds or 13 million pounds or 10 whatever the amount is. And he must be jailed. A Jew, that is the bottom line. A Jew, Juni, Sana Wamamo. Sana wo mamo won famous wo fon shikiame ni ka me ba trojo ka me joajo atan e ka me kwa me ka me ete free ame ka me ete free sana wo mamo. If Ghana must change Ghana Benicho or if Ghana is going to change some of these things say sana what take less serious no what deal with it ona sana nufu afo nufu icho pa nego nufune sana fo icho pa onim sisi mobo ona bumu ba lo neki skande ke ba jofue meanwhile 200 containers full of antiretroviral drugs ke mosquito nets airport port because acleco tax waivers I may not pay duties ke tax solo. I mean how anyways nke bo ba wa bie to be ni nke bo mbe no ko fe mo gbekede shini na ne kan article ne ipato ntwi wa de nche o ira don ake o fe be ni o kwame o fine ke o ye ejomoko no osmo no chon o fine ke o comment section there bona be ni chon kan your no fe no na ake wo je ma you send me voice note to your WhatsApp line any your inte no ma butwe ma respond to you cause mo no send me email we o ba nyo kam cause subscribe ku o fine bombo de no subscribe ngbeji ni tete obobiashon aka Mr Independent try no manye jono afo no. Bye bye.
Yeah, Baba. Yeah, Baba. It's neat. Them say you want to chop my